Hello everyone, welcome to the Unacademy live platform. My name is Arifa Zahir and today's class is on Subject Verb Agreement Rules. Now, for all of you who are new to this channel or are new to the Unacademy platform, please note that Unacademy provides classes on IELTS examination and all the other different categories, but I'm here to talk on an IELTS topic, subject verb agreement rules, which are part of IELTS writing, speaking, also listening and reading. So it encapsulates all these different skills categories, because if your subject verb agreement is not strong enough, you would be making errors everywhere. So come with me and let's get to know more about the subject verb agreement. Here we are. Now, good afternoon, Vishnu. Welcome to the class. Good afternoon, Jyoth. Yes, Jyoth, I am here. So, good afternoon to all of you. Nice to see you all. Now, let me tell you about why I'm here and which topic I'm going to talk about. As I mentioned, subject verb agreement rules. But what is the actual importance of the subject verb agreement in the IELTS examination? Before I begin, let me share both my Telegram and Instagram handle with you. It is IELTS with Arifa. And before further ahead, before I tell you anything, and I've used that word so many times now, my name is Arifa Zahir. I'm the founder of British English Trainers. My institute is located in the eastern part of the country, Kolkata. And my educational background includes Masters in English Literature and CELTA from Cambridge University. And I have an overall experience of more than a decade in both teaching and training IELTS. Specifically, I would like to point out that I began my career as an IELTS administrator with the British Council, and I've worked for more than a decade at the British Council. My students are placed in all parts of the world, and at BET we provide training for IELTS, TOEFL, PT, General, and Communicative English. Please also note that if you are looking for any assistance in regard to writing the statement of purpose, you know where to find me. Now, before I tell you more about the subject verb agreement, a bit of information about what we are doing currently. Today is the 25th of June and we are doing the IELTS reading MCQ questions, multiple choice questions. Now this particular class is relevant for both academic and general training students. Hi Neha, hi Jyoti, nice to see all of you. And the next one, which is tomorrow, would be on reading doubt. So in the doubt series, we would be addressing all the different types of questions that we've done throughout this week. The other course that we're currently having is the IELTS Writing Task 1 series course. We are left with general training, formal writing, letter writing, general training, informal letter writing, and in the doubt class, apart from looking into your queries, we will be doing semi-formal writing. So that is about the course details. But it's important to know that the only way you would be able to attend these classes if you are a subscriber. And why is the subscription important? The Unacademy subscription gives you one subscription, unlimited access, learn from your favorite teacher, real-time interaction with the teacher, and you can ask doubts in the live classes, and also it has a limited number of students. Now when we say you can ask doubts in the live classes, means that you can get your queries resolved, looked into. You can ask assistance in listening, reading, writing and speaking, and also work on your grammar. So all these together encapsulates the subscription. There are 5 different types of subscription under the IELTS category: 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, and 24 months. You can clearly see that certain discounts have already been given. To further get a 10% off, use my referral code BE Trainers. I repeat, BE Trainers, capital BETRAINERS. Alright, now let's begin and let's look at the subject verb agreement rules. जोत अभी तक नहीं है चैनल यूट्यूब पर जल्द ही होगा. Alright? Okay, so now let's begin with the class, everyone. Today, when I'm here talking to you about subject verb agreement rules, a very important thing that I would like to point out to all of you is that if your subject verb agreement is not strong enough, if you do not have enough expertise in being aware of what the different rules are, you're going to lose a lot of marks in both writing and speaking. Also sometimes in reading and listening answers, because if you're not aware of these rules, you may land up writing plural verbs in case of singular verbs, in the listening examination certain bits of information, or plural nouns in place of singular nouns, whereas the verb would be indicating clearly that it is singular. So vice versa errors could happen. Please note, there are 5 different grammatical aspects which are very important in the IELTS writing examination. They include countable, uncountable nouns, tenses, of course, passive voice, and I would say different types of, complex sentences. So let's say types of sentences, very, very important. Awareness and usage of them. And very important, apart from all of these, in addition to all of these, is subject verb agreement. Now, you would need to be very good in all of these to get a high score in the IELTS writing examination. Please note that your answers are not only about ideas but sentence structures, grammar, vocabulary, coherence, and cohesion. Also, I would like to add prepositions here, but it's important to understand all these are only possible to achieve if your grammar is strong, and then only you'll get a higher band score. Now, let's look at the first rule of subject verb agreement. Now, the first rule of subject verb agreement clearly states that if the subject is singular, then the verb also needs to be singular. By that, we need to understand that if the subject is something like the truck stays in the garage, you can clearly see that the truck is a singular noun. Let's look at it from the perspective of a pronoun. So it comes under the category of it. Yes, third person singular. So the verb is definitely going to be the verb plus s. Now the s out here is not plural. To further give you information on the pronoun family, the only subject, the only category under which the verb is used with an S is in the case of third person singular, where subject plus verb plus S is used. Everywhere else, in the main verb, the S isn't required. I'll give you a very quick example. I stay in Kolkata. I stay in my house, firstly. We stay in our house. You stay in your house. They stay in their house. But the moment we say he stays in his house, she stays in her house, it stays, my dog, when you don't know the gender, you can say it stays in my house. So, very clear and very easy to understand that only in the case of third person singular, the verb is verb plus S. I hope that's all clear to everyone. So, the roses out here are plural. The roses smells good. So, this is a question that I wanted to ask you. So, is the roses smells good, right for you? So, give me an answer. Hi, Srijani. Everyone, I just asked you a question. So, the roses smells good. Is it right? On the basis of the rule, is this right or wrong? Very good, guys. The roses smell good. The answer to this would be the roses smell good. And why would that be the answer? Because you can clearly see that in this particular answer, roses is in plural. So, right out here, it would be, where is our pen? So, the roses smell good. I hope that's absolutely clear to all of you. Now, the next rule that I'm going to talk to you about is the number of the subject is not changed by the words that come between the subject and the verb. Let us have a look at the question. One of the eggs is broken. Now, this would be a very curious case for a lot of you. How can eggs be is? Right? Eggs is plural. But please note that of the eggs is a prepositional phrase. That means a lot of words which are used with a preposition are called a prepositional phrase. The subject one and the verb is both are singular, and that is the reason why one is the subject here, not of the eggs. So omit that from your mind, omit that prepositional phrase to make it an easier way to understand for yourself. So one is broken, of the eggs is just a prepositional phrase. Yes, Srijani, absolutely right. And good to see you in the class, Papai. Welcome to my class on the Unacademy platform. Really nice to see you. Now, let's have a look at rule number 3. Now, the rule number 3 very clearly states, exactly, Jyoth, you hit the nail on the head there. Some subjects always take a singular verb, even though the meaning may seem plural. Please understand, they may look plural, but they will always take a singular verb. These subjects always take singular verbs. So the words which take a singular verb are each, someone, either, anyone, neither. So you can pronounce either as both either and either, and neither as both neither and neither. Nobody. Nobody is here. Each person is responsible for themselves. Each person is responsible for themselves. So someone is at the door. So you will not say someone are at the door. Anybody is welcome to my house. Everybody is welcome to my house. So it's very clear to understand that if you've got neither, and even then, even if there's a plural, it is going to be neither is working. Because of the men, what is of the men? No problem, Srijani. Can anyone tell me what is of the men? Of the men? Let's see if you can give me the right answer. Guys, the of the men out here is a prepositional phrase, if you noticed. So there. Now, rule number 4. Now, very important to understand that some subjects always take a singular verb, even though the meaning may seem similar, plural. Now, this is a little different from the earlier one, because here you can see that we are talking about subjects which are not actually like, let's say nouns. Yes, out here we are talking about nouns. Most of the news is good. So out here news is a singular unit, and though it is talking about information from all around the world, news doesn't stand for plural. So the verb is going to be in the singular, but something which looks like news as flowers would be in the plural. please understand that it has a singular form to it, but news doesn't have a singular or say a separate form to it. News by itself encapsulates the idea that it's a singular unit. All right. So let's have a look at certain words, and you are going to tell me whether it is singular or plural. So, class, few words for you. So, is information singular or plural? Write S or P. Information is a singular unit. So, it is singular. Ratul, absolutely right. Now, the next word. Papai, Jyot, Vishnu, Srijani, everyone. The only person right is Ratul. So information is a singular word. Yes. Now, luggage is singular or plural? Very good, guys. And one last word. Water is singular or plural? Water is singular or plural? Definitely, water is singular. It's important to understand that these are uncountable words. That means all uncountable nouns automatically become singular. So for all my students who want to become better in subject verb agreement, it's very important to understand that you have to be aware of countable and uncountable nouns to become better in using a language, in using subject verb effectively. All right. Now, let's move ahead and have a look at rule number 5. Expressions of time, money, measurement, and weight are usually singular when the amount is considered one unit. $5 is not too much to ask. So out here, $5 wouldn't be are, it would be is, because it is looked at as one unit. 10 days is not nearly enough time. So again, 10 days, 2 days is not nearly enough time. Wouldn't be are, it would be looked at as a singular unit. On occasions, that means there are exceptions. However, these terms are used in the plural sense. For example, there were 30 minutes to the countdown. So when it comes to minutes, it's used as a plural. Okay, I hope that's absolutely clear to each one of you. Now, the other thing that you need to know is money. So I'm going to ask you a very important question. Is money countable or uncountable? Absolutely, Vishnu. Money is uncountable. And with currencies accountable, that means rupees, yuan. All these are countable. Dollars are countable. But money is uncountable. Guys, please get your countable and uncountable noun clarity absolutely done. And the penultimate rule, don't and doesn't must agree with the subject. So he doesn't, she doesn't. So the moment you use third person singular and you use does with it, you can clearly understand that the main verb is going to have the verb without the s, because when third person singular uses does there, the main verb stops acting with the subject and the helping verb does starts acting with the subject. Last rule, there and here are never subjects. It's sentences that begin with these words. The subject is usually found later on in the sentence. There were 5 books on the shelf. So the subject is 5 books. Because of it, which were is written. Here is the report. So is the singular because the report is singular. So on that note, we come to the end of the class. I hope you enjoyed the class today. And if you did, please don't forget to like the class and share it with your friends. And today's next class is going to be at 8:30 p.m. This particular class would be relevant for both academic and general training students. On that note, we come to the end of the class. And thank you for being a part of my class, guys. Good day.